True emotional power lies in the ability to remain faithful to who you have chosen to be. There will come a moment in this journey when logic will no longer offer you solutions, affirmations will no longer convince you, no vision will restore your inner balance. There will be a moment when the only question that matters is this: can you maintain your balance when everything around you tells you it's not working? This is where most people lose themselves, not because they don't believe, not because they lack faith, but because they have not learned how to stay. Emotional identity is the power to remain anchored in who you have chosen to be, regardless of what is happening outside. It is that deep knowing that what you feel does not have the right to override what you have decided. It is the ability to remain faithful to your direction, even when fear, doubt, and disappointment arise with intensity, trying to destabilize you. True control begins when you stop allowing your emotions to lead you. And this power is not built in theory, it is built in real life, in your reactions, in moments of pressure, in your daily choices. Many believe emotional mastery means not feeling, to become indifferent. But the absence of emotion is not stability. Suppression is not power. True emotional power means feeling deeply without losing your center, allowing emotions to pass through you without letting them change your direction. Because reality does not punish what you feel, it reflects who you are within. You can cry and still fulfill your purpose. You can feel anger and still move forward. But the moment you believe the story your emotion brings, that you are not enough, that it's not working, that you are incapable, your direction shifts, and reality will confirm it. I once believed my goal was to never feel negative emotions, that it was wrong to feel anger, disappointment, or pain. I believed I had to maintain a high state at all times. So I tried to control my emotions through routines, discipline, and techniques. But life does not work that way. Life will touch every wound until you are no longer led by it. Because emotions are not obstacles, they are tests. When fear appears, what do? When jealousy arises, do you abandon yourself? When you feel unseen, do you become someone else? These moments do not define your worth, but they reveal who you truly are. Emotional power is not about controlling your emotions. It is about not letting them write your story. You can feel deeply and remain steady. You can suffer and still keep your direction. Because reality does not respond to your tears, it responds to your identity. And identity is revealed in what remains stable under pressure. That is why calm people often succeed more easily, not because they are better, but because they react less. Reality does not need drama, it needs coherence. Emotional reactivity creates imbalance, it shifts your direction. You can have clarity in the morning and fall into doubt in the afternoon. And then reality no longer knows what to reflect, so it delays. In the end, I understood this. Success is determined not by what you can do when you feel good, but by what you can maintain when you don't. That is where power lives, in the space between stimulus and reaction, in the breath before the decision. Emotional power means feeling without becoming the emotion, experiencing uncertainty without losing your stability. It is not about pretending, it is about being present. When fear appears, you recognize this is only a reflection of the past. When sadness comes, you do not let it define you. When loneliness appears, you accept it, but you do not turn it into truth. Because emotions are temporary, they are messengers, not leaders. You decide the direction. And the moment you take that place, something shifts, subtle, yet irreversible. Life begins to align, not because you forced it, but because you stopped reacting impulsively. You can feel anxiety and remain calm. You can feel sadness and still remain steady. You can be imperfect and still achieve results, because you no longer depend on how you feel, but who you are. This is emotional identity. You no longer check your state to decide if you are aligned. You no longer ask your emotions for permission to live. You simply are. Consistent, calm, steady. And then everything begins to reorganize. You become trustworthy to life. You no longer emit chaos in difficult moments. You no longer abandon who you are. You remain. Be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. 1 Corinthians 15:58.